everybody, my name is Michelle Brewer, and I just wanted to shoot a video and give a quick shout out to the GARM clinic. If you're somebody who has, suffered from chronic pain, or you know somebody who is, this is something that you guys may want to pay attention to. I myself am a pretty active person, or at least I had been. I was an avid water skier. I played baseball. I loved to go out to dances, and I just couldn't sit still. I'm just that kind of person that needs to be doing something and is always active. I love animals. I love spending time with my animals. And about 5 years ago, I guess, in the summer of 2010, I had a water skiing accident that substantially affected my lifestyle and my quality of life for the last 5 years. I smashed the top bone in my left foot, and at that time, unfortunately, the doctors were on strike. Bad timing for me. And so it took them about 3 days before they could actually operate on my foot. And when they did, I got a plate put in that was actually too large for my foot. It actually extended over my middle toe, which resulted in a lot of pain moving forward for me. And of course, by compensating for that pain, I created a lot of other issues in my legs and in my feet. And long story short, the last 5 years I've been living with foot pain that alternates from foot to foot, and hip pain, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. And the doctors, they would just keep testing me for gout. They couldn't figure out really what it was. And then this year, 2015, the pain got really substantial. Within a matter of a couple of months in my left ankle, it swelled up, and I couldn't walk without any kind of heavy medication. Okay, prior to that, I've been taking ibuprofen probably daily for the last 5 years just to be able to operate at a normal level. But this year it got to the point where I needed more than just the ibuprofen. I went to the doctors. They did do a test on me, and they determined that I actually had osteoarthritis that occurred in my left ankle, which was causing the pain that I was going through, which was excruciating. And I'll tell you, I have a pretty high pain threshold. So for me to be taken down by that, it definitely affected me. Luckily, a friend of mine who's a nurse that I knew from Canada, who also lives down here in Honduras with us, she recommended this clinic on Roatan. Okay, it's called the GARM clinic. And, she's the same with me. She's like, Michelle, she goes, you're 48 years old. You can't be living with the pain of arthritis for the rest of your life. You need to do something about this. And, she told me about this clinic, and that she'd met Dr. Terry and his wife Heather as well. And it didn't take me, you don't have to tell me twice. If there's something I could do to get rid of this pain, I was going to do it. So I called them, went over there probably within a week time period. And, first of all, the clinic, it's located in paradise. It's on a Caribbean island, the beautiful Caribbean island of Roatan. It's located in a beautiful resort, the Parrot Tree Plantation. And, and you just walked into the clinic. I had no idea what I was going for. I had no idea what stem cell therapy was. I just heard that there was an option for me to be pain-free. So I went. The staff there are phenomenal. They're like top-notch specialists in their fields. They've got people, staff like physicians from different parts of the world, and they just specialize in what they do, and they really care about what they do as well too. Like after my initial exam, Dr. Terry let me know that probably an option for me would be to try the enzymes that they've got there, because I have psoriasis as well, and psoriatic arthritis is linked to psoriasis. So would be very possible that I could be, get treated for the stem cell for my one joint, but I could have pain reoccurring throughout the rest of my body for the rest of my life because of the psoriatic arthritis being linked to psoriasis. So we tried that out for a couple of weeks, and I really appreciated that because it was a more cost-effective method to try, and he was looking at the long-term for me, not just the short-term fix, which was very refreshing. So we tried it out. It definitely, there were a couple of other spots that he'd identified in my hip and, or my lower back and my hip, I believe, and they were better after a couple of weeks of doing that. but my ankle was too damaged. It needed to get something serious done. So we did the stem cell treatment, and that was late May of this year. And I'm not going to say I walked out of the clinic, pain-free instantly like that. I stayed at the resort for a couple of days, I think 3 days, to get checked and stuff. But the thing is, I was able to walk out of the clinic without being in the excruciating pain that I'd walked into the clinic on. And here we are in November. This is, 6 months later, I guess, and I'm virtually pain-free. I mean, the whole point of this video that I'm walking around is, first of all, I can't sit still, but secondly, I'm walking around because I can walk around, and I owe that all to the GARM clinic and Dr. Terry and staff. And if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be right at this particular point in my life. So I'm eternally grateful, and I just want to put it out there that if you're suffering from any kind of chronic pain, or you know somebody that is, definitely worth contacting the GARM clinic. I'm going to show you some pictures after this of my before and after, what my foot had looked like, because a picture is worth a million words. So anyways, check out the GARM clinic, and it's not a bad thing to get treated in paradise. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.